Hi guys, it's just me today. Kelly is busy. We have a lot going on. Welcome to the Decrepit Couch. I do have my emotional support squishmallow. Honestly, you know what? This is a good thing. This is a good thing that I'm filming this by myself because I need to get back into the swing of like being comfortable. I used to film by myself all the time. I was fine. If I'm able to do this and put this out, then I can get out more content if I get comfortable again, like with myself, you know? Look, I got myself a new computer. Ooh, so cute. Yeah, so cute. So we can edit more on that. I got the podcast, like an editing app, Riverside. I got to teach myself that. So that's what today's goal is. I'm posting this with the new app. We're going to see how it goes. Give me your feedback. I'm filming on my phone today because, Lord, everything is just so, getting everything to go together. So let me know how everything is, how it looks. So, yeah. So, today, what are we going to talk about? We are going to talk about, I figured since I'm doing this on my own, why don't I talk to you guys about Kratom? So, Kratom is a plant based, full spectrum herbal supplement. Okay. So, that's what I'm taking. And I'm not trying to justify one over the other. I'm not. I just want people to understand. So, that's what I'm taking. It's like this powder. You essentially could mix it into a drink. You could just take it. You could put it in capsules. Um, it gives opiate-like effects, but I'm not gonna lie to you, it's mild if you are used to stuff like that. Now, maybe like the first time you take it, you're gonna be like, "Oh, okay." But after that, it's not it, I'm telling you. It is addictive though. So you're you're going to get physically addicted to it. And that's essentially what my problem is right now is the detox really is not crazy of kratom compared to other things like Suboxone or other things I've done. Anyway, the reason kratom has gotten such a bad reputation over the last couple years, especially, is because of 7-OH. So when people say kratom, they're just lumping everything into one category, like how opiates are like pain pills, heroin, and you would just say opiates, like I said, I feel like, like kratom, they're saying everything is kratom, but they're totally different products. Like when I'm taking the kratom powder, yeah, you feel it, but it is not that strong. 7-OH on the other hand, which 7-OH, okay, 7-OH is a highly 7-OH is a highly concentrated semi-synthetic compound derived from the plant, often behaving more like a traditional opioid. Now, from my experience, I'm actually going to say no. I do not feel like that at all. I have tried the 7-OH. I do not like it whatsoever. I would much rather take the kratom. The 7-OH is so strong and it is the worst feeling ever, in my opinion. I really believe it's just so strong. People are becoming physically addicted so quickly. I have a hard time believing anybody likes what it feels like. It horrible. That's just my opinion. It was horrible. Um, I think I got like a 20 milligram pill at the gas station. You could just buy it at the counter. Like anyone could have reached up and grabbed it. A kid, anyone. I'm telling you, $6 at the counter. I remember when I took this, I got so sick, and 20 milligrams is like one of the lower ends of like the milligrams that they're selling. And let's remember, like I have experience with stuff. Like I have somewhat of like a tolerance. I was so sick. I swear to God. I said to like I was at my house and I was like, I think I'm gonna have to go to the hospital. Like I've never felt like that. I felt agitated. I felt sick. I felt like I was gonna maybe have like a seizure. Like it was horrible. Horrible. And it's unregulated. It's in the gas stations. I know some states you can't get it anymore, or you're not allowed to sell it. Katarina. In PA you can. Like my ex-husband is actually in a halfway house in Arizona right now, and he said, I believe he said it's not, you can't get 7OH there like how you do here. Here it is everywhere. Like I'm thinking about like across the river, this one town, there is 3 shops within like a block radius selling this. I'm talking tons of products with it, mass amounts. I'm like, what is going on? I know people specifically telling me that either themselves or someone they're connected to, multiple people are saying that you are able, they're actually acting as drug dealers, like at these gas stations and these smoke shops, allowing you to run up tabs for the products. That's how physically addictive it is and how physically addicted people are. I know when I've gone in to smoke shops and they knew that, like, maybe that I bought like the regular Kratom or something, they will try to up, so they'll be like, here, do you want to try this? We just got this in. Um, I remember Josh said before he left, he went into the one place where he would buy the Kratom capsules, and they were actually so weak. They really are. And the guy, I feel like he maybe hadn't been buying them, and the guy was like, "Here, do you want to try this? We just got it in," and it was 100 milligram 7OH tablet. If you know anything about these products, that is insane. That's insane. If you see somebody doing these substances for a day, 2 days, they look like they are on a full blown year-long dope bender, in my opinion. It's insane. It's insane. And people are just purchasing them everywhere. I remember seeing a bill was passed about regulation of them, but I'm not seeing any like motion with it because I'm still seeing they're available everywhere. They are. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, so I feel like I have to talk about this because I just feel like it's such a uh I feel like it's such an important topic right now. Should I pin this to me? Am I like, should I leave my little microphone there? There. Let's leave it there so I could like move around. Okay. So, let's see. Here's some key differences at a glance, it says, between Kratom and 7OH. The source of traditional Kratom, which is the leaf powder, whole Mitragna speciosa leaves. And I'm probably saying that wrong. And then the concentrated 7OH products, isolated synthetic lab derived. And I'm telling you, when you take synthetic stuff, you can feel the difference. I mean, I hate the high. I hate the high of synthetic stuff. It's not clean. You feel anxious, jittery, like it's horrible. Potency, mild to moderate of traditional kratom. As for concentrated 7-8 products, extremely high, 10 times more than morphine. And yeah, that's definitely true. Onset of traditional kratom is gradual. The concentrated, rapid, intense. Yeah. Effects, they say traditional is more like if you take a low dose, a stimulant, a set, and then if you take a high dose, it's more like a sedative. Um, they say the 7-OH is strong opioid like euphoria sedation. I, I don't think that's the proper way to even describe it, but okay. Addiction risk, moderate, develops over time, traditional kratom. 7-OH, high, rapid dependence. Withdrawal for traditional kratom is moderate flu-like. It says 7-OH is similar to heroin or fentanyl. I could 100% see that. Um, Traditional kratom, unapproved drug of concern, it says. And then 7-OH, targeted for Schedule 1. Yeah, and it needs to be because it's crazy. It says that typically 7-OH products are 10 to 20 times more potent than morphine and 10 times more potent than the standard kratom leaf. And yeah, that's so true. So, anyway, let's talk about how I even ended up here. So I be- June 1st, when I say I believe, that sounds so crazy because who doesn't know? June 1st will be my 2 years off of Suboxone. Yay, so exciting. Um, that's a huge accomplishment. I was on it forever. I struggled with opiates for a very long time. Yeah, so 2 years for June 1st. With that being said, for the first 7 or 8 months, I was on nothing. I was doing really well, but I was struggling, as anyone would be. It's hard for me. Addiction is even tougher because where other people throw their lives away with it, I almost do the opposite, which that does not make it right, but I do. Where when I was on Suboxone, I was very productive on Suboxone, very productive. I feel like when I got off of it, which I knew was going to happen, but my body just wasn't used to it. So I was really struggling like with energy, wanting to accomplish stuff. And I'm an overachiever. Like it's really hard for me to feel like, oh, I was struggling with a lot. It's like I'm working full time. I have 2 kids. I was dealing with at that time, my then husband's addiction, which is extremely severe. It was, well, he's clean right now. He's in a halfway house in Arizona, which is amazing, but extremely severe. So he had started to take kratom. So what happened was someone had given me a ton of kratom to come off of Suboxone with. And I never took it. I never used it. I just weaned myself, okay? I never used it. So I had all this at the house, and I don't think Josh had tried it either. And he tried it and he got physically addicted to it. So in my opinion, what happened was he became physically addicted, but he became physically addicted, but I'm more financially stable. So, and I'm not mad at him, but he was like, try it, you'll like it, which, okay, that's true. And he's like, it's not physically addictive. And I know in my gut, I knew at the time that he was lying to me, but I allowed him to, because I wanted to try it. And sometimes I don't know. Like, I just let him lie to me because Josh likes I let him lie to me about it. I knew it was going to be physically addictive. I don't think I understood maybe like the level or that I was going to or was going to allow myself, but like I was struggling, like whatever. So I tried it. Um, yeah, I became physically addicted to it because it gave me that little boost where I felt like I was like, oh, I'm able to get more done again. That for me is what it is. It's like I always feel like I'm not doing enough. I always feel like I am not doing enough. And if I just had that little boost of energy, it would help me, you know? So Oh, the reason I think is because, like, yeah, I'm more financially stable than he was. So if I got addicted to it, then I would be buying it, right? And then that funds his addiction. I mean, I don't have proof of that, but I would say that's probably what was going on there. So yeah, that's how it happened, and now here we are. I have to stop taking it. I know I can do it. I know I can do it. I weaned myself off Suboxone on my own. Um, with a lot going on. So if I was able to do that, I can do this. I can do it. But that, like I said, that's going to be my goals for next week, to be off of it slightly more, at least down a little bit. And then each week I'm going to be like, yeah, woo, you know. So actually, Kelly and I, not to like totally change the subject, but Kelly and I are supposed to film tonight. We're going to talk about, I'm going to say this wrong, ibogaine. That's what we want to talk about. And stuff like that. I said we should have my friend come on. He's like an encyclopedia about like certain information, and I feel like topics like that, like extreme. And I'm like, maybe we should just like have him sit on the couch and like tell us all about it, because like I feel like he could. But yeah, Kelly and I want to film about ibogaine, but I was like, no, I'm putting up a video today, no matter what, because that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. And then I'm going to test out my new editing stuff. So, like, guys, bear with me. We will see how this video turns out. I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea how it's going to turn out. Hopefully good, right? We will see. Um, so yeah, okay. Another topic I wanted to touch on today was just like struggling in general with recovery. And I know everyone is going to have suggestions for me, because I know I do recovery and all of it wrong. I know. But I don't know what to say. Like, here's the thing. I know myself and my cycles, and I go like up and down. I'm really triggered by stress and hormones. I know that. Could I go to the doctors, to a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and get a diagnosis and get put on some form of medication for my mental health? Of course I could. I know I could do that. I do not want to do that. I do not like what those drugs feel like. I do not like to feel any more numb. I do not like it. Because, like I always say, for as upset as I can get, I am equally as happy. And I don't feel that when I am taking something like that. I do believe you can learn to control the ups and downs on your own through work. I am nowhere near perfect with it. It gets bad, but compared to what it was before, I am in such a better spot. I really am. I'm not like out using. I'm not like, I mean, before I couldn't even feel without going out to use. I mean, I couldn't. So I've made leaps and bounds in that department. Do I get depressed? Yeah, I get really depressed sometimes, and anxiety. Like this weekend for me was bad. That's what I want to talk about. Like this weekend was bad. I have had so much going on. My kids are in a lot of different activities, getting them to all of them, plus working, plus I want to do this podcast well, and I want to work on it so badly. I am someone where when I start something, I totally dive into it. It becomes like my everything, and that's how I'm feeling about this. So when I'm not able to give it my everything each day, I get really upset and anxious because of like my OCD tendencies, all of that. It's hard for me. And then I get in my head and I tell myself I'm a failure, and it snowballs. That's how it starts. for some people where addiction can start another way, I notice for me sometimes my triggers are something like that, and then me being like, well, if I just took something, I would get more done and I could get this done. And then my other trigger is the full other end, where when things are really good and really put together, I'm like, oh, I should reward myself. So for me, the middle is like, I'm still trying to get to like one end or the other. But when I'm really overwhelmed or when I'm really good, sometimes those are the times for me that I have to really watch. Uh, I think my trigger is stress and perfectionism. Like this weekend, that's what was going on. Like I had a lot going on. My daughter had a dance competition. My son's baseball season started this week. My daughter's also in gymnastics. We were at a dance competition all day on Saturday. We had to get up really early. I just felt like I didn't have time to work on this. And as much as sometimes I feel otherwise, my priority is my kids and my kids getting to do what they want to do. But being a single mom, and when I say that, that's how I'm acting right now, because that is the situation I am in right now. uh Financially, emotionally, like I'm doing this by myself right now. And it's really hard to get up every day and be like, wow, I love doing this. This is so much fun. I am so happy I am in this situation. I mean, getting up with a partner that is helping you and being a parent every day, it's hard. It's the hardest job you're ever going to do. Doing it by yourself, and I'm a very independent person. I really am. I can get all the things done by myself. It's hard though. It's hard mentally and emotionally. Uh and especially like when I want to do this, I'm like, I want to be selfish because I never get to be anymore. I want to work on my podcast, which if it does go somewhere, it's not going to just benefit me, it's also going to benefit my kids. This is what I want to work on. I don't want to go to my salon and do eyelashes. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but like right now when I don't want to do that right now. I don't want to take my kids to their stuff. I don't want to I don't want to be the mom that I need to be right now just once. I don't want to do it. And that's the reality of that's the reality of how so many people are feeling, let alone someone dealing with recovery, addiction, a spouse's recovery and addiction. I mean, it is so overwhelming. It's so overwhelming. But I have to. I have to every day. I have to get up and do that. Like a few weeks ago, I am telling you, I cried for an entire weekend. I think it's the first weekend we started filming, and I looked pretty happy in that first video, right? I want to say for like 48 hours up until that, I cried to the point like when I woke up in the morning, my eyelids were like closed, like swollen closed, and my face was, I didn't even recognize myself, because that's how upset I was and how much I cried, and I can get like that. Um it's rough. I just have a lot on my plate, and that's when people are like, "Well, you need to seek help or you need to get on a medication." I don't want to. I don't want to numb those feelings. I think it stinks sometimes, but learning to live through this and deal with this, learning to live through this and deal with this, I believe is making me a better, stronger person. Like, honestly, if I can make it through this, and there's so many of us out there, if we can make it through this, and not just with addiction, but motherhood, single fatherhood, dealing with a spouse with addiction, dealing with our own addictions, all of it. If you can make it through these times, you can make it through anything. I mean, I believe that, and I believe it through experience as well. I'm not saying I've gotten to some like amazing point in life, but if you would have seen me 10 years ago and what I was doing and where my mental state was and what I felt I could accomplish compared to now what I know I could accomplish, it's it's unbelievable the difference. If I was able to do that, if I was able to go from shooting heroin and not wanting to live, like genuinely, to starting a business, having it for 8 years, having it support myself and my children fully, um, having the ability to use that and then transition into something else that I now want to do. I bought my salon, I bought the building, I bought my house. Going from where I was to this, I know that anyone is capable of achieving anything. You just have to put the work in. You have to put the work in. There's there's no other way around it. And if you do, nothing is out of reach. And once you are able to understand that, like truly understand it, like you feel it in your soul, it's amazing what you can accomplish and do. Uh and I have a long way to go. I have a very long way to go. But I've come a long way. And I think sometimes I don't give myself enough credit, you know? So, yeah, this podcast also is a way for me to stay accountable. For me, this is something I truly want to do. Like, I'm so grateful for my salon. I'm so grateful for the beauty industry and what it gave me and the freedom it gave me. But if you want me to be honest, and this is in no way negative against it, and I love my business, I love my clients, it doesn't align with me any longer and what I want to do with life. I'm still going to keep lashing, I'm still going to keep doing this, but I want to do something else as well. And when I was telling people that this is what I want to do, people are like, well, film at your salon, film your lashes. I'm like, you're not understanding. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do, if I wanted to do that, I would do that. I don't enjoy putting out beauty content. It's not authentic to me. Some people I'm sure love that. It's not authentic for me. I love talking about real raw stuff, doing this podcast, getting to sit here and talk to Kelly, getting to sit here and interview people about their real lives and the stuff we really go through in our emotions and our struggles. That is what I love. I love it. I love it. Okay. And that's what I want to do with this. And I think it's going to help me with my addiction journey as well. And if it can help anyone else, um, so be it. I got off track for a long time doing this because I originally had started doing this and filming and doing different videos. And when I met my husband at the time, I allowed that to take over, that chaos of his addiction, my addiction, our toxicity, our codependency. I allowed that to take over, and I couldn't concentrate on this anymore, and I forgot how much I want to do this. And then I had a lot of things happen through the last couple years that just got me kind of down on myself and not feeling the confidence I needed, allowing people into my life that were not conducive to my recovery or conducive to my growth. Uh, and that's something you have to become conscious of. You don't have to dislike the people, and you don't have to bring it up to them. That's something else I had to learn. You just need to not, and it, the way I look at it now is I'm not saying that person is unhealthy. I'm equally as unhealthy, but I know their unhealthy and my unhealthy do not mix. So I cannot allow them into my life to allow the negativity into my life because certain people fuel certain people. It is what it is. And I think when I'm overwhelmed and going through stuff, I tend to do I let people into my life that aren't good for my life because it's almost an excuse and it's a way like we co-sign each other. I don't know. Possibly, huh? So, yeah. Yeah, that's all I really have for today. I filmed this in the morning. What do you think? Like my morning coffee, a little film sesh with my morning coffee. I feel like my face is crooked. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm bleh, like crooked. Like sometimes I'm crooked. I notice that about myself. When I'm stressed, my face is crooked. So like, I don't know. Like, let's get this podcast going. So maybe I could get less stressed, get some more sleep, and my face won't be crooked. So like, I don't know. That's what I'm going for. So I filmed this in the morning. About to go to the salon. About to do some facials with Brandy. About to try to do a little edit on this later. I got baseball. Well, I don't got baseball, but you know what I'm saying. Baseball tonight. Dance tonight. I got a lot going on over here, but we're gonna get this done. We're gonna get this done with the new editing apps I have, the new computer. We're gonna get this done. And then I'm going to be able to put out some content for you guys, and that is really what I want to focus on. So I'm glad I got to have my morning coffee with you. I love how everything is so like, oh, it's so cute. All right. I'll see you guys later tonight then. Have a happy Monday.